Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the live. How is everyone doing today? We are going to talk about the Fed. If I can. I don't know what's going on here. I can't show my screen. Welcome, everybody that's coming in. It's not working. I'm having problems right now. To anybody watching, just give me a minute. Yeah, you guys can see me. I know you can see me, but it's supposed to have the proper green screen. I'm not even on the right camera. The camera's supposed to be up here. Something's not right. I don't have access. Say I don't have access to my own garbage. All right. Are we doing this old school? Might have to. How do I share my screen? I don't do the show all controls. What is this, man? So difficult. I used to use Stream Live or something like that. It's not working. I don't have that anymore. So now I'm trying to use just YouTube, and it's giving me a problem. So anyway, today, Federal Reserve, where's the camera? This camera here, I guess. The Federal Reserve went for it. They did 50 basis points. That has just come out right now. I was going to try and do it live where we can watch the conference together so we can all be bored together and keep each other company. I'm just reading your comments, guys. It's been a long time, right, guys? It's been a long time since I've done the live. Hope you can hear me well enough. This did not work. The live, I've never done the live using just YouTube's live thing, but I unsubscribed from the service I was using before to make it real nice and easy. And I could see why I was paying that fee. This is terrible this way. I don't have access. If anybody knows why I wouldn't have access to features like choosing my camera, I don't know. Peter, take care. The truth. Yes. I wish Jerome Powell would give me a shout out. I wish. Are you logged in? Yes, I am logged in. Do I own cryptos? I don't talk about what I do personally. You could probably guess what I do. Hello, hola, Dave. Don't forget about yes. Don't forget to spread the kittens. Kittens. I wish I could have the background. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but it's here. Just pretend it's there. We got a kitten back there. We got a rainbow back there. The Federal Reserve increased interest rates by 50 basis points, 0.5% as expected. And I just did a post maybe a couple hours ago, essentially highlighting the fact that the market wanted to see, well, not that they wanted to see 50 basis points, but they really didn't want to see 75 basis points. They got what they wanted in that respect. So maybe we're going to have a bounce up here at this time. So Jerome Powell. All right. Jerome Powell is apparently just about to speak right now in a few minutes. I was going to try to get that on the screen so we could be bored together. And I cannot get it working. Let me see what your comments. Yeah, the decentralization of assets with cryptos and so on. I want to see more time passing. Right now, we've seen not much happening in cryptos, despite what some would say. I'm interviewing tomorrow. I'm doing an interview with Michael Saylor, and my intention is to shed some light on the stuff. Not say, hey, Michael Saylor, what's the price of Bitcoin 3 years from now, so that I can use that catchy title to get all those views. No, I want to ask him questions. I want to ask him real questions. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Markets don't look good. They're bouncing right now. Let me tell you, Dow Jones is up 259 points as I record this. And by the way, the bounce I'm referring to could be a dead cat bounce. I'm not saying that this is where we go higher to all-time record highs. I'm not necessarily saying that. I don't know. I'm just saying on a technical basis, market got what it want. It's been really hesitant over the last little while, and now perhaps a trajectory higher. I can't read these darn comments over here. Let me see. That makes it a little better. All right. How about that? There we go. A little bit better. Just reading your comments here. Missed the live shows. Yeah, I used to do them. I mean, at one point I was doing them every single day, but it's been a while. Thank you all for joining me right now today. We've got 166 people in the house, and for some reason, only 53 likes. I'm going to request that you hit that like button, all right? Always do so to support the channel. 50 basis points. 50 basis points. All right. That is significant. The Federal Reserve, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, they've all done this. They've all gone ahead and increased their interest rates, even though so many people said, no, 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 it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. But they did. Okay. So that is where we are at today. It's still very low. But Money GPS is live on Fed Day. What a treat for the Truth Crew. I wish I could have had this background. It would have been so much better. Jerome Powell's talking. Um, I mean, there's just no way I can show that. I really don't know how to fix this. Hit the like button twice. Awesome. One for on, one for off. What is the truth? The truth is that the Federal Reserve doesn't work for the people. The Federal Reserve was created in secret, and the Federal Reserve is not there to support markets. Once you understand the concept of the Fed not being there to support the markets, the Fed is there to control the markets, then you start to learn what the truth really is. If you were to establish a colony on Mars, what currency denomination would you want to implement? I would say that it would be up to the people to decide. There will be no restriction on which currency to be used, and it would find its own way. Is the recession now imminent? Most likely. That would be, in some ways, beneficial, actually. Even a mild recession would help out. Powell's talking now, yeah. So I have my CNBC up at the same time, so I'm hoping that I can get at least some highlights to discuss with you over this period. If anybody knows how to fix lives, why don't I have access to my own camera? I find that's weird. I'm not even on my proper cameras up here, and the laptop camera's down here. But anyway. We're just going to be going for about 20 minutes today, guys. Just a short one. Not like the 2 hours we used to do, or 3 hours sometimes. We're really crazy. Do you think the current events are linked in that the markets are acting at the way that they are? Yeah, so I personally believe that a lot of it's contrived in terms of what we see with the markets. It's not a legitimate market. DXY to 110. Yeah, the dollar can look real strong. The dollar can look real strong. But I mean, what are we comparing it to? Are we comparing it to real goods? No, against its peers, right? Can we get a Great Depression soup line with you in the thumbnail in a future video? I've got some close to that. People get really triggered by the thumbnails, by the way. I know I've actually lost subscribers because of the thumbnails that I've created, but whatever. At this point, it doesn't even matter. 200. I'm the channel that's been at 282,000 subscribers for what seems like forever. And only, by the way, and I only get views after 12 hours. After 12 hours, it's almost as if the views go down to zero. That's besides the point. Will this move control inflation? No, absolutely not. 50 basis points on top of what they did previously will not. but we're moving in a direction that is closer to being significant. I personally believe that around that 1% is enough to may have a major impact on the financial system and the tightness. No, it doesn't actually stop inflation at 1%, but the market is so used to it. The financial system itself is so used to super low interest rates that even just a small increase has a big impact. Man, I love your thumbnails. Thank you. Hi from Milan. Nice. Hit that like button. Yes, yes, dudes. Do so, do so. Inflation, deflation. I think we could go into some level of deflation followed by central banks uh, heavily inflating. What do I think of the American system? I'm not sure. Like the Fed, do you mean, or the Constitution? I just whatever. I just believe people are asking. I noticed some other questions in there. Liberty above all else. Liberty above all else. What is a realistic for a high end on rates? Well, you got to think. I think that they can, go a few more months, right? They can do this a few more months. So they've got the next rate hike and the next rate hike. Um, and so we can get to maybe 2%. Maybe it's possible. It's possible to get to 2%. I'm just noticing, by the way, everybody, Dow Jones is now down 34 points. So it's major swings, major swings. If I can pull, I wish I could have had Jerome Powell in the background. Would have been better. Anyway, whatever. Losing subs over a thumbnail confirms that we are a mini weak Monday. People just looking for something to be offended by. Yeah, I've had people say, take down the thumbnail or I will report you. I've had people say all kinds of offensive things to me. So I've had threats. I've had all kinds of stuff. It's stupid. It's just stupid. Social media, just for everybody listening. And this, I'm telling you this because there's so few people in here. This is a terrible business in so many ways. Like there's all these good people out there, and it's just poisoned by the large percentage of bad people. It's really bad because there are so many good people out there, and it's just really bad. I'm just telling you. I wouldn't recommend doing any sort of social media for a business unless you're like if your face is not out there, different story. Gold is free falling. Yeah, absolutely. If we see rates rise, like if bonds become more attractive, then gold becomes less attractive. And I only say that from like a financial analyst type of standpoint. Hair products. This is called Bedhead. I am on Odyssey. Yes, Odyssey. What's the other one? Rumble. I'm on Odyssey. I'm on Rumble. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. How do I see? I can't even put these comments up on the screen. Thank you very much to I can't even pronounce your name. Girolje. Thank you very much for the support. From your gut feeling, how long before all the collapse? Days, week, months, or years? I don't know about a huge collapse. I think personally, 2022 is going to be more chopping around. It depends on what we see with commodity prices, the supply chain. There's a lot of factors there, but I think we're going to see more of an increase in interest rates. That's going to slow everything down. We have to see, does that demand destruction actually slow down levels of inflation? If it does, like for instance, if there's so much stuff waiting to come from overseas and all that, well, if people can't afford to buy things, if they don't buy it, then suddenly that gives the supply chain and things a chance to catch up. And I could tell you that just from me, from my business, that it is more difficult to bring stuff inward. It is. I'll agree with that. Not so much as they make it seem, at least from my experience. But anyway, I think there's a lot of factors. It's hard to predict exactly. I don't think in the next few months that we're going to see anything really, really dramatic. And if it slows down because of higher interest rates, then the chance of a grand collapse diminishes. So we'll see. How does gold perform in a deflation? You could actually read one second here. I got it up right behind here. Mike Maloney's book. Um, where is it there? Somewhere back there. I got rows. I got a double. That's two rows behind it itself. I don't have a bookshelf, but I do have a closet. This is a closet right behind here. This is the high quality money GPS set. And another book is Richard Duncan. Where is that one? Somewhere here. Richard Duncan. I don't want to step off camera. Richard Duncan's. Let me see. The Dollar Crisis. The Dollar Crisis by Richard Duncan. I'm pretty sure in both of those books they talk about the case for um, gold in a deflation. They can make a better case much more than I can. So that's Mike Maloney's book and Richard Duncan, The Dollar Crisis. And the long and short of it is that it could do pretty well compared to other things. GPS, do you think that the frog in the boiling pot of water is feeling it yet? A little bit, definitely a little bit. But I'm not so sure how, people don't wake up, companies don't wake up, they push things to the last minute. What can we do? What can we do? It's always the same nonsense. Oils is surging right now as I record this. The surge in oil, crude oil, and other commodities that resulted from Russia's invasion of Ukraine is creating additional upward pressure on inflation, according to Jerome Powell. No, we must remember that this was been for a while now. Okay, since 2020. But you know how they do this. Hello, hello, welcome, Sparky. Hello. I wish I had my everybody that's joining just now. I wish I had my background. This whole thing didn't work. The camera's over here instead of up here. My whole setup is all messed up. The streaming service that I used to use, I discontinued that. It was like $40 a month or whatever it was. So I discontinued it. Now I'm trying to do it directly with YouTube, and it's not very good. I can't even apparently don't have access to my own camera in here. But anyway, so you'll have to just deal with half of my head cut off and whatever. Maybe I can change that a little bit. Is that better? Not really. Anyway, authentic. Lawrence says authentic. Yeah, this is real authentic. That's for sure. All right. I'm going to be going in a few minutes, guys. Sparky, thank you very much. We haven't been here before in the 1930s. We weren't oil dependent. How's the surging price of oil newly fitted to the inflation deflation scenario? What I worry about is number one, the fact that people are not, back in the 30s, people had gardens, people had food, people had storable food. They had these things, and now we don't have those today. In terms of oil, I think that the world stops if oil goes up too high. That's what I'll say. Thank you for the support, by the way. But that's my main message is that basically the world just stops. So it is huge, to say the least. Okay. Now I don't know what's going to happen with oil. Like right now, if I pull that up real quick, oil price right now, as of this recording, 107, almost 108 for WTI, and Brent is at 110. So it is quite significant. Definitely. All right. Thumbnail and content king, thank you for your regular commitment. Posting videos. Yes, absolutely. Every single day. I try to bring you one every day. I don't even worry about the views anymore. I don't worry about any of that. I'm just focusing on my best on trying to bring the content. Okay, that's it. I'm trying to save you time. That's all. That's what it's all about. Thoughts on crypto as a hedge against inflation? We have not seen anything related to crypto as a hedge against inflation. I am recording a video with Michael Saylor tomorrow. I am going to ask that question. I'm going to ask that question and see how he responds. So stay tuned for that. I'll record it tomorrow, then I'll probably post it on the weekend. So stay tuned for it. Is a dollar worth anything if you want, or ruble tethered to gold? This whole tethered to gold thing, I saw what Russia was done. I didn't even mention on my channel yet. I want to see it in action before it ever happens. The world is basically saying, Russia, we don't want to deal with you. A lot of I shouldn't say the whole world, but the Western world. Now, what Russia is doing, I think, is more out of necessity rather than, let's attract attention or what have you. So it's up in the air right now. I don't know. All countries print money, so I don't know. Tethering back to gold just seems so unlikely, but I want to see it. I've been following you for 3 or 4 years. Love from Somalia. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here. Okay, somebody is talking about Yellen being their girl. That's pretty rude. Okay, just gonna say that. Yellen is mine. Hands off. Okay? Yellen is mine. Hands off. I wish he was here right now. That'd be nice. Janet, shake it, Yellen. According to Powell, inflation is much too high, and we understand the hardship that it is causing, and we are moving expeditiously to bring it down. We have both the tools and need to resolve. It will take to restore price stability on behalf of American families and businesses. Oh, wait a minute. When they were like, just before stopping their money printing and just before increasing interest rates, they were going so rapidly into this. And now all of a sudden they go the other direction. This is nonsense. Whatever. Best thumbnails out there. Yes, yes, yes. They're trying to curb demand in a sense, yeah, which is kind of what they need to. I'm seeing many big channels with 95,000 subs. They only get 8,000 views on each video. And that's not much further off from mine. So they're doing pretty good. All right. Are we at war with the BRICS nations? Maybe, in a sense. I think that it is a concern because that's where the population is, that's where the growth is going to be, and so on. Crypto versus gold and silver. Gold and silver and crypto are very, very different. I do not liken them at all. Each has their advantage. There's no doubt about it. I just see it very differently. Precious metals, I see you hold completely and indefinitely. You never sell. You pass them down to future generations. Cryptocurrencies right now at this time are very, very new. They're very new. That's all. Elon Musk and Twitter. He said he wants to take it public again after a few years. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the point of that is. I actually do the tweets now on occasion just for fun. I will not be able to keep that up. But I don't know. Says it wants to be a place for free speech, but people kind of they tried, the people that have got banned, they set up accounts again and then they got rebanned. Like, what do you think? Because there's a guy trying to buy Twitter that suddenly you're going to be unbanned. That's ridiculous. All right. Okay, everybody. My work here is done. I got to take off. Unfortunately, it didn't work out with the thing behind me. That's it for this one. Make sure you stay tuned for the video I will post tonight. Post tomorrow morning. And that's it. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care.